good morning. Happy Saturday. About to do my hair, y'all. It's time for a touch-up. I am back to the creamy crack. I've discussed this in previous vlogs of me being natural for, I was natural from 2009 till March 2025. So what's that? That is 16 years. Yeah, about 16 years. I've been loose natural. I've had locks. I ended my natural journey with locks, cut them off, went back. Well, no, I didn't end them with locks. Had my locks, cut them off, went back to loose natural for a while. Had a low little afro and decided to put these chemicals in my hair. So we're not going to discuss that. But I am thinking about going back natural. I had a discussion with my husband. He does not like that I decided to do this. But I don't regret doing it because to me, I've always been on the tribe of it's just hair. You know, I understand people having that connection and spiritual connection to the hair and it being tied to the whole of you. I get all that. I can understand that as well. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, you're horrible because you gotta relax in your hair, even when I was natural. Like, if that's your preference, that's your preference. Anyway, all I like to say, I'm doing my hair. It's very puffy because I need a relaxer, but I stretch my relaxers. Even my daughter, she stretches her relaxers. That's what we're on. And I try to keep her new growth as moisturized as possible. That helps with the stretching and not manipulating the hair too harshly or too much. I was gonna wear it out today, but it's very, very puffy. So I don't think I am. So I'm just gonna pull it back. Yesterday's vlog, we were talking about my allergic reaction, me going to the urgent care, and trying to figure out what I did differently that may have caused the reaction. We don't know if this is concrete, but this is the only thing I did different. I used this. I got this from either TJ Maxx or Marshall's. This Australian skin clinic. So I'm not going to use that. This is my favorite. We're going to put this on my hair. I use this on the girl's hair, especially for the little one, more so for the little one. It helps when I am braiding her hair. I like to put it on because it makes the braids neater and her braids last longer. Like right now, I need to braid her hair over, and I need to wash it, but girl, y'all know I've been going through it, so I'm going to take her out of those braids because those braids are very old and she needs to come out. So I'm going to take her out the braids real quick and just do like a little puff for today. And then tomorrow I'll probably wash it and then braid it back up if I have the energy. If not, we'll just leave it in a little puff and she'll wear that for the week. And then I'll braid it next weekend. Then I'll wash it next weekend. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen probably because I'm tired. But y'all, I'm not. So because I had the allergic reaction, I'm not putting anything on my skin. I'm out of this anyway and out of this. And I need to find a backup or alternative for this because this is too expensive. It's $84 for the set. So I had to find some. I think I'm gonna go get me some Ponds for my moisturizer, and yeah, I'm gonna use that. I gotta find me like a hyaluronic acid serum for my skin as well. So, cause you know I have mature skin, so I've been talking to y'all all the time with the stuff on my lip. Okay. Laneige. So that Black Girl Magic sunscreen, I would have put that on, but my daughter has it and she's currently out of the country in St. Lucia. That's where her dad's from. With her dad and my sister. They went because her dad's brother, one of his brothers is getting married in St. Lucia, and that's where they are. They're there for the wedding, having a good time. The wedding is actually today. So yeah. And her dress is so pretty. My daughter's dress is so pretty. And then I shared in the vlog where she got her first sew-in. That sew-in has been giving her the business. It's so itchy. It's been driving her crazy. Y'all, she said that's her one and only sew-in. She's not doing it again. Yeah. She's like, nah. So, yeah. Oh, I have ponds. I didn't realize I had some. I'm glad I looked. So, what? Oh, I didn't use this one because I think it was already open. Yeah. So, if I can't find, this is hard to find. Like, am I gonna use this? I'm gonna try to look for another one. If I don't find another one, then I'll use this one. But this is what I'm going to get as my alternate. I've used this before, and I like it. It's a firming ponds. I like it. Ooh. But yeah, so anyway, what else was we doing? Holla! Come. Come on, I'm gonna take your braids out real quick.
Okay.
Say hey to the camera.
Hey. Hi.
Girl. Do you want to do this on camera or no?
Yes.
Or you don't care?
I don't care, actually. I wanted to see my braids when it was like out, when it was first made.
Let me see if I can find a thing to help me take them out. Hold on. Watch out.
Love the beautiful me. Hey, I'm here today to let y'all know I am a great singer. I'm gonna be famous in the future. I used to be a great dancer, but now I'm not. Now I watch YouTube to learn how to dance again.
Make it do what it do. Without it.
Okay.
To make it do what it do. So I don't know where it is. But I have a yellow one too. Decided to, once I took her braids down, her hair was very dirty because she had those braids in for several weeks. I decided to just go ahead and wash it real quick and just do some little puff balls to hold us over. I'll probably just let her wear that for next week. Just freshen it up throughout the week and then braid it down next weekend. We ran into a little hiccup while doing it. I used this Apogee leave-in moisturizer, and I hadn't used it on her hair before. I think I used it only on my daughter's hair, and used oil to lock in the moisture as well as gel on it. That's where I messed up. I used this gel that you get from Dollar Tree, just a little bit, only on her little puff parts, because I want them to curl up a little bit. I don't have any like moisturizing curl cream stuff, and the moisturizer that I usually use on her hair, my daughter has it. She took it with her to St. Lucia, so I didn't have it. So that's why I used this instead, because it was a leave-in moisturizer. I tried to stick to like creamy leave-in moisturizers, and this was kicking up into little white balls all over her hair. It was a mess. Thankfully, I only put the gel on her puffs, so I was able to like rinse the puffs out. So I just rinsed all that stuff out. I didn't get all of it. It's still some throughout her hair. You may have seen it in a previous clip, little white things in her hair. But I'm just gonna let it air dry, and then I'll probably brush them out, try to brush them out again. And this didn't go well with, I don't know if it's just gel in general or this particular gel. I've noticed that happened to me before when I was natural. Certain moisturizers didn't pair well with gels or other things. It will create a similar situation. I had that happen when I had like a low fro. That happened with me as well. Thankfully, it was just the puff balls that I put the gel on, so I was able to like do a little workaround fix for it. So yes, I just rinsed it out and just put a little bit of more oil on it to kind of lock in the moisture from it being wet. And then I sprayed some of this protein leave-in for Apogee. Again, because I had rinsed it out, so I made sure to put some more of this back on. And then I put a little bit of oil on it. This is not an oil that I really love. It's just what I had on hand, so that's why I used it in her hair. But yeah, so that's done, and we're probably gonna run out to the store to pick up a few things that I need for the house. And y'all hear my voice? It's going out again. So yeah, talk to y'all later. Bye. We are out and about. We is me and
Hi.
we're just leaving out of Family Dollar, and we're about to go to Dollar Tree, and then we're gonna go to Firehouse Subs.
Yay!
So let's go to Dollar Tree. So y'all will love it.
I didn't know this. Back in the car from Dollar Tree, headed to
Steak and Shake. Headed to Steak and Shake. See y'all later.
Yeah, Firehouse Subs.
Alright, we're leaving Sub House. We got our subs and we're about to head home. We're done for being out today. It's hot out here. Alright, so what you got? She got a sub, a kid sub. I got the Italian. Meatball sub. No cheese. I don't understand this no cheese. Cheese is life. No, it's good not to like cheese. But I'm sorry, I'm in love. I can't let it go.
And it got brown.
I can't let it go. I'm obsessed and in love. Cheese is life for me. Okay.
I think I had this one type of chicken.
Which was, you remember the name of it?
I don't know, but my dad said it was like soft cheese.
Oh,
And it was like, I think it was
tofu.
I think so.
Tofu is not the cheese. Tofu is a alternate form, replacement for meat.
Meat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a no meat, a meatless like replacement. Yes. So it's not cheese. So he gave you tofu and told you it was cheese.
No. I think it was on a plate.
Oh. All right. Anyway, guys, we are about to go. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey guys. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Sorry, radio loud. It's Tuesday morning. I just went and got my coffee from Scooter's Coffee. It's a new coffee place I found, and that's how I'm gonna start my day because I'm trying to make this a great day. I got a little sandwich from there as well. So I'm almost at work, so I'll talk to y'all later. Hey girl, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon. I am off work. I left work early because I have a doctor's appointment. This is my follow-up appointment for my procedure that I had done. If you're new here, I had a procedure done on my airway because I have a condition that's called subglottis, which is basically narrowing of the airway below your vocal cords. It affects your, of course, your ability to breathe properly. It affects your vocal cords, your voice. So I get winded, out of breath doing normal activity that typically to the average person does not cause a lot of exertion, but for me, because my airway is narrower than it should be, it causes more distress, and I'm always winded and out of breath for the simplest of tasks, and it affects my voice. My voice may sound weak. It's not as strong as it should be, not as clear as it should be, all those things. So the surgery or procedure that I had was to correct that, to widen the opening of the airway and to help with me getting in more air and having a stronger voice. I have seen improvements when it comes to activity levels and not being so winded and out of breath. I've seen improvement there. Initially, I saw improvement where it comes to my voice, but the past couple of days or so, my voice has been hoarse, goes in and out, so I'm not sure. Like, it hasn't been like stable for the past few days or so. So I'm on my way to the appointment for the follow-up appointment to see where we are, what the surgery results were, what my next steps are, and yeah, basically that. Unfortunately, this procedure that I had conducted is not a one and done for most people. Typically you require several of these procedures throughout your lifetime because the condition can come back. It's relatively scar tissue, so whenever you have any type of surgery, you're increasing the likelihood of scarring. So that can definitely happen again, which means you will probably have to do the surgery again. I'm hoping that's not the case for me, even though it is highly likely. You know, everybody's not the same. It's basically how your body reacts. So there's a likelihood that I won't have to get it done again. Yeah. So it really depends on how my body reacts to the surgery moving forward. So yeah. So he's had patients that have had this procedure done multiple times. This is my first time doing it. I was going to get this procedure done a few years ago by a previous doctor that was in this office. He's no longer there. He moved to another office, and he kind of talked me out of getting it done. He felt that it was best. Of course, it was my decision, but he recommended that I just hold off because he felt as though my case wasn't as severe as some people, because it really isn't. There are people that have this same condition, and you could hear them. They sound like they're wheezing. You can hear them across the room. You can hear like the air going in and out. You hear that they're in distress. They are having a difficult time. It's very much obvious. Me, not so much. It's more so I'm feeling the effects. You may or may not know I'm struggling. Like, I struggle on my own. You may or may not know that I'm struggling. Like, it's something that I feel. You may, if it gets real bad, you may notice, like, I may be breathing a little bit more heavier. I might be sweating a little bit. I may look a little winded. And then my voice may sound a little weaker. So you may notice things like that. Whereas other people, it's very evident. It's very pronounced that they're struggling. So, because that was not my case, and I was able to still like do things, even though my activity was limited, I was still able to very much get through my daily living without too much struggle. So he felt that I should hold it off and not, because with, like I said, it's on a case-by-case basis, so it's a likelihood they go in and cause more scarring and make the condition worse, when my condition was kind of like you could say baseline. At that point, he didn't want to put me in a situation where he would make my condition worse, right? So he felt I should hold it out until I was at a point where he felt like that there was no other option. I needed to get it done. And then so I was at this point where I needed to get it done because it affected my ability to have like procedures done, because they could not intubate me due to the size of my airway. So it could be like a life-threatening situation for me if I was ever in a position where I needed to be intubated. So because of that, I needed to get this procedure done this time around, which is why I went with it. It needed to be done because I was placing myself in a position where if push come to shove and I needed it, they would have to probably slice my throat open just to be able to allow me to breathe. Right? So, yeah. So here we are on my way to that follow-up appointment. And yeah, that's why it's always good to give people grace and to be nice to people, because you never know what an individual or person is going through just by looking at them. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. That's truly the case. Just because somebody looks well does not mean that they are. Okay, looks can be deceiving. I had this person one time, because of my condition, along with some other things I had going on previously, I was given a handicap sticker, right? So it was for a condition that you could not see physically, but physically I needed that handicap sticker, right? This guy was bothering me. He took it upon himself to come out of the store to ask me did I know it was a handicap parking space. Yes sir, I know, I'm using a handicap sticker. He goes, look at my sticker. He was just doing the most. Like, watch me, went back inside. I was going to get my nails done, my parts in the handicap space. And then he looked at the sticker, and I guess he was like, okay, well, most of the stickers here in our state have your name on it. I know some states they have your picture as well, but it just had my name. Anyway, he's doing all that when that really was my sticker and I needed to use it. So number one, mind your business. Number two, you can't go by just assume somebody looks a certain way, that assume something about somebody just because of the way they look. Assume just because I'm walking on two legs that I'm okay and I don't need a handicap sticker. You don't know what's going on with me. So, public service announcement. Mind your business. Yeah, that's it. I was gonna say something else about don't judge a book by the cover. Yeah, that too. But overall, mind your business. Okay? Let people live. But anyway, let me go, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. My appointment is over. I'm in this parking deck and I gotta figure out how to get up out of here because this parking deck can be very confusing. So let me pay attention, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Alright guys, so I have left the doctor's office for my follow-up appointment to my procedure. Per my surgeon, everything seemed to went well. My airways are 100% open. So the next steps is to monitor it because this condition can return, unfortunately, and could require a repeat surgery, as I've mentioned prior. However, there are options to should that happen, avoid that or extend the time for another procedure, which would be injections, right? Steroid injections. But he does not want to start that at the moment. He wants to kind of monitor and see how my body responds. He's hoping that it's a slow type of movement because for a majority of people it's going to be like a reoccurrence, unfortunately. So to kind of help with that would be, like I said, steroid injections, but he would suggest holding off until that we know that it's absolutely necessary, because the steroid injections, he said, can be very uncomfortable, and you would do like several of them on like different time frames and stuff like that. Also, but we'll monitor that and revisit that at a later time. So I have another follow-up appointment in some months from now just to see where I am. I also met with a voice therapist and was recommended that I do voice therapy, which I can do virtually. So I met with her. We did some exercises very simple exercises, right, that we've probably done on our own, not not knowing that these are exercises that will help our voice and our muscles. And I felt some little improvement just by doing those simple steps. Also, I learned that a lot of my voice, the fatigue and stuff in my voice is related to me like compensating for me compensating all these years for the injury that I suffered. So I'm like I'm like abusing my vocal muscles. Basically, I'm not using them appropriately, and I'm overextending them when I shouldn't be. Instead, I should be using the air in my voice and my mouth and everything else to pronounce and enunciate words and sounds. But I'm relying heavily on my vocal muscles, which isn't always a good thing. Who would have thunk it, right? Who would have known? So this voice therapy will help me do exercises that will help that, and try to retrain myself in how to appropriately use my voice. So these visits can be done virtually, so that I opted for the virtual visits. So those will start in a few weeks. Of course, you got to get in your medical insurance to approve this, child, because you know how medical insurance is. So hopefully they'll approve it and I can start that as well. So I'm very excited to be able to do that. Yeah. So even right now, I can feel me straining because I'm not using my voice appropriately. And now that I'm like kind of doing what she said to focus on, I can feel like less tension in my voice now as I'm talking, because I'm like bearing down on my muscles to try to get my words out, try to get as many words out as I can in one breath. Like all the things, all the little techniques I've been doing to try to compensate for my condition that I've had. And it's just like a learned behavior, a learned habit that I have to. Look at this car. Do you see me pressing my brakes? Okay. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, I'll let y'all know how that goes. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love.